Some of the codes and conventions that we changed when we were creating our film was that in a normal short film there's usually 3 to 4 main characters so that the audience can get to know all of them, whereas our short film had 8 main characters and 9 including Hope's dad, who came in at the end. Usually there's a twist in the middle of the story, and so that there's like the beginning and then the middle where they have the twist, and then you see them resolve it towards the end, whereas ours had the twist at the end of the short film. And there was a little twist at the beginning with one of the characters' legs going orange from her fake tan, but the main twist was at the end when the boy's dad got home and he hadn't said the boy could have the party. I did some research about the codes and conventions of short films, and I watched some short films to find out what should be in them. And I did some research on film posters and reviews for short films and comedy films as well, so that I knew when I got to making my own that I knew what I had to include in them. We didn't have a huge cast, so that because we didn't want to make it too complicated for our audience to be able to recognise the different characters and be able to have like something personality wise for them to attach to that character. So the poster that I created has all the characters in, and it's bright, so it fits in with the codes and conventions of a poster for a comedy film, as comedy is like a bright and light-hearted genre. So to have the poster with bright colours and all the characters in shows that it's a comedy film and it's going to have those people in. Another way we conform to the codes and conventions of the comedy genre is that we still had the twist in the story. There was a problem, and the problem about the legs, where they resolved it and she found this boy that liked her for her orange legs, and her friends were trying to convince her that it was all alright. So there was like the beginning. So our short film followed Todorow's theory of having equal embryons, and so there was a problem, but it was towards the end, but it also had other problems throughout. So we had an equal embryon, a disequal embryon, and then a new equal embryon. We also followed certain codes and conventions of comedy film, for example the setting that the film was in, of the party, and the colours that we used, so people had bright clothes on, and this was to make sure that this film still made sense to the audience. Even though we was trying to do something a little bit different and out of the box, we still wanted our audience to understand and see that it was a comedy film and understand what was happening in a comedy film. To advertise for our film, we created a film poster and a film review, and in these we used synergy to connect the film with the 2 ways of advertising. So we used the same characters, and their photos were in both the review and the poster, and we used the same kind of colours, so bright colours, to portray the genre of comedy. And then we also used the same language in the text that we used on the poster and in the review as we did in the script, which the actors of course said in the film. And finally we used the same logo throughout, so at the beginning and the end of our short film the logo is shown, and it's also on the poster and the review.